online from New York, and I'm kind of half going to New York again now, and referring in particular to an article written by a journalist called Matt Gross. He wrote an article about a trip here, and actually there could be a lot of beneficiaries to it because he gave various B&Bs and restaurants and all that, but that's not why I'm coming to it. Anyway, he said of Ireland, often I wondered whether I had been misled about Ireland. This was, I gleaned from books and movies, a nation of loquacious gabbers, silver-tongued schmoozers, ostentatiously oratorical pub-dwellers, but were they as mythical and dismissibly stereotypical as leprechauns? Or was their replacement by taciturn introverts telling me something else? The FM radio DJs, my most constant companions, spoke almost every day about the implosion of the Irish economy, the lack of faith in government, the increasing departure of Irish people for other lands. I seem to have driven into a country mired in depression, both financial and emotional. Beckett's World, not Joyce's, even the DJ's Pope jokes fell flat, so obviously he didn't exactly meet the stereotypical Irish image that he had got. But he went on to talk about something else, and he was driving through the country looking for a rural getaway when he was attracted by a poster for a band's gig, hooked by the name of a band called after a reformist pastor in deeply Catholic Ireland. Well, it says in a deeply Catholic country. The Calvinists, who chose the name because John of Calvin's total opposition to music, were awesome. Straight up rock with a country accent. I hate saying this with Dave Fanning in the room because he'd probably say it very differently to me. Let me go back over that. Straight up rock with a country accent, courtesy of the banjoist Tig Burke, and the range to cover both Johnny Cash and Gorillaz, thanks to Noel Maguire's effortless voice. "They're the next U2, shouted the older gent next to me. Cornelius, or Corny with an E, he says, Kelly, and I believed him. The whole room hummed with enthusiasm and pride. I was part of something. Maybe this was a moment that years from now I'd remember as a big one." Now that has had a most profound effect on the lives of the members of the band, one of whom is on the line now. Tig Burke, the next U2? On the New York Times. What has happened in your life since that happened?
My God, it has been totally amazing. It's been a whirlwind, a roller coaster of events since that. I mean, it's hard to kind of put into words, you know. It's all very exciting anyway, you say that.
Yeah, but how did you hear that the article had been published? How did you hear that you were the next U2 and that that's what people in America have been told?
Well, basically we had a few cover videos there on YouTube, Marian, and Noel kind of looked them up one day. Noel is the lead singer now, and he just saw a message. There's been an article about you in the New York Times. Check it out. This could be very big for you. And so we did check out the article, and I mean, since then we've just been getting phone calls upon phone calls from different kind of music agencies, and I mean, there's different newspapers. You know, it's been crazy, like.
Listen, come here to me. That's a dreadful line. If you don't mind my being rude, I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm going to play a piece of your music, and while we're playing that, we'll try and get a better line. Okay? Let's listen to Anchor.
I've been here almost all my years, and all these roads lead back to here, so no one seems to be aware this anchor won't hold me forever. And though this is where I was founded, I begin to feel surrounded, beaten up and shaken down. This anchor holds me to the ground. I was weak but getting stronger. I won't stay here any longer.
And that was the Calvinists and Anchor. Tig, how's that line now?
Can you hear me properly?
That's a good bit better.
Okay.
Now, come here. You were just saying to me that the phone lines have been ringing and all that.
Oh yeah, it's been totally nuts. Yeah, there's
Have you got an invitation to Carnegie Hall yet?
well, we've got a few kind of things lined up. There's a few offers coming in, but it's very early stages. We don't really want to talk about it, because nothing's in paper yet.
Right. Who's your manager?
Our manager, we are currently unmanaged.
I thought your mother was your manager.
She's doing amazing work. In fairness, she is. We got a lot of people helping us like that. A lot of people kind of sorting out.
Dave Fanning, as I said, is with me in studio at the moment, as is Paul Whittington. Well, the next
Don't make it look as
Tuesday-
though I know anything. I did read about this during the week, and that's the first thing I've heard. To me, it sounds more like kind of, I don't know, 64 Bob Dylan into Steelers Wheel kind of music, more than it is than U2, but I've no idea.
But you, in your own book, were saying that sometimes for a band, luck matters, being in the right place
Well,
at the
I
right time.
genuinely, I'm sorry to say. I mean, I know that when U2, for instance, went to London, I might as well stick with that analogy. When they went to London, they only went there kind of, unlike a lot of Irish bands who went, and they immediately leapfrogged London and went to America. And Paul McGuinness signed to a thing called Premier Talent, all the stuff that goes on the background, which was Bruce Springsteen's crowd. And they just made all the right decisions and did it all very well. And also, I think, I'm sorry to say, no matter how talented all these people are, 80% luck, right place, right time, right decision. That's just the way it is.
Listen, Tig, you're on your way.
Hopefully, I mean, there is so much work still to be done, obviously. I mean, it is great to have all this coming towards us, but I mean, yeah, we just have to go into the practice room and work.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Well,
there's
listen,
no tomorrow, really.
grab your opportunity, and I hope it works out really well for you.
Thanks a lot, Marian.
Okay, all the best. Cheers to you and all in the band, let it be said. Now,